Listen to me when your eyes opened this morning. That first breath you took was not something you earned. It was a gift. You can't swipe a card to buy another heartbeat. You can't work 2 extra shifts to purchase 1 more sunrise. Somebody's name was already crossed off the list last night. Somebody laid their head down with plans, with dreams, with a whole life on paper, and they didn't get to see the morning. But you did. You woke up. That right there, that's not small, that's mercy, that's purpose. That's heaven saying, not yet, I still need you. Now listen, I know life is heavy. I know bills are piled up. I know relationships have been bruised. I know some mornings it feels like the weight of the world is pressing down on your chest like a hand that won't lift. I know, but I need you to hear this one simple thing. You woke up. Your heart kept beating through the dark hours. Your lungs kept pulling that air into you. Your brain kept running even when you weren't awake enough to notice. Millions of tiny things had to go right for you to be reading these words. None of it happened because of your wallet. None of it happened because you demanded it. It happened because grace intervened. So before your fingers touch that phone, before your eyes catch that headline, before you let the world pour its noise into your spirit, stop. Breathe, say thank you, not because everything is perfect, not because you have no problems, but because gratitude is a posture of power. It's the first act of your day that tells the enemy, you won't steal this moment from me. When you say thank you, Lord, before you say why me, you declare that your spirit will be larger than your circumstances. Let me tell you about training. Gratitude is a muscle. If you want strong legs, you don't just dream about walking, you build them step by step, mile by mile. If you want a grateful heart, you don't wait for an earthquake of joy. You practice thankfulness every morning. Say 3 things out loud. Say them with your mouth. Your mind will follow. It will magnetize your day toward what's right instead of what's wrong. The first words you speak set the temperature for your entire day, so make them count. I said earlier you were chosen to wake up. Think on that. Chosen. That language carries responsibility. If God allowed you to breathe another day, it wasn't to give you more time for complaining. It was to give you more time to show up. There is someone out there who needs what only you can give. There is a door you haven't walked through yet. There's a lesson you have yet to learn. There's a tear that your words will dry. If you keep telling yourself you're finished, you will miss what's waiting just over the horizon. Wake up with urgency, not panic. Let purpose replace pity. And listen to me about perspective. Your coffee tastes different when you are grateful. Your walk to work feels different when you see it as opportunity instead of punishment. That old car that makes noise, it's still moving you. That job that's stressful, it's still a seat at the table. Gratitude doesn't fix everything, but it changes the way you carry everything. You don't need miracles to feel joyful. You need eyes to see the small miracles that are already happening. Let ordinary become holy again. There will be mornings when you are tempted to compare your life to somebody else's highlight reel. Don't do it. Social media will try to tell you everyone's farther along. The person on your screen shows the day they won, not the decades they worked. Comparison is a thief. It steals your peace and sells you lies. When you practice gratitude, you stop measuring your journey by someone else's map. You celebrate the small steps, the late night calls you made, the rejection that redirected you, the small consistent moves that are actually building your destiny. God does not design a life of instant storms, free success for everyone. He designs a life of steady growth for those who refuse to quit. I want to talk to the ones in the storm. Maybe you lost someone you loved. Maybe doors closed and dreams paused. Maybe your body aches and words fail. This is not a pop, psych speech that pretends pain isn't real. Pain is real, loss is real, hunger is real, but gratitude in the middle of the storm is faith in action. When you pick up the little things, you still have a friend, a memory, a small roof, a warm cup, and give thanks, You create a rope that pulls you out. Gratitude anchors you. It says, I am more than my moment. The same God who carried you through the last impossible thing is right there in this one, too. You must learn to find God's fingerprints in the delays. You wanted an answer fast. God gave you preparation. You wanted the position. God gave you training. You wanted the relationship. God gave you molding. Sometimes delays are not denials. Sometimes doors close because better doors are waiting doors you weren't ready to enter yet. Gratitude sharpens your vision. It helps you see that the closed door was a shield and the wait was a classroom. Let me get practical for a second. Gratitude affects your relationships. If you wake up full of thanks, your voice sounds softer. Your patience grows wider. You give grace because you have tasted grace. You stop demanding from people what they cannot give and start appreciating the small things they do show up for. A thankful heart is not quick to anger. It doesn't snap, it listens, it forgives, it values presence over perfection. You treat the janitor with the same respect you would give a CEO because gratitude teaches you that every story matters. When you start thanking God for the people you have, you begin to treat them like gifts, not obligations. I want you to hear me when I say this. Gratitude is not opposite of ambition. Some people think if they are thankful, they will stop striving. No, thankfulness is the fuel that makes pursuit healthy. If you are grateful for the little, you will steward the big. You will not get a promotion and become proud. You will become responsible. God trusts the thankful heart with more because gratitude proves you can handle it. If you gripe about your small apartment, you will not be ready for the big house. But if you thank God for the small space and take care of it, the big house will not break you when it comes. Now lean in. Here's a truth that will change your daily life. Your mind is a magnet. It will pull toward what you feed it. If you feed it complaints, you grow complaints. If you feed it gratitude, you grow gratitude. Choose your input wisely. Diet your thoughts the way you diet your body. The first minutes of the morning are the most sacred. If you allow negativity to flood you, then you will swim in it all day. But if you fill that time with a prayer short, honest, and faithful, you set your spirit on a different course. Prayer is not a long ritual. It's a connection that centers you. It is a GPS that keeps you from getting spiritually lost. There is power in naming blessings aloud. Scientists will tell you the act of speaking shifts neural pathways. Spiritually, it aligns your soul with truth. When you say, I am thankful for my breath, you are choosing reality over fear. When you say, I am grateful for this food, you are activating abundance in your life. I don't care how small it is, say it. Make thank you your reflex. The world will try to make complaint your default. Don't let it. Make gratitude louder than your fear. You cannot fake gratitude in your heart, but you can practice gratitude in your mouth. Start small if you must. Make a list. Keep a notebook. When you are tempted to spiral, read it back. The brain remembers what it rehearses. Even if you don't feel it at first, the habit will build a muscle memory inside you. After a while, you will find your heart easier to move toward joy. That's the discipline of the spirit. Now, let me speak to the ones who feel unprepared. You think you are not enough. You think your past mistakes disqualify you. Listen, God uses imperfect people. The Bible is messy with human stories. The heroes had flaws. The kings had skeletons. The prophets had doubts. What they had was a heart that kept coming back. If you woke up, that means there is still a story to be told. Your past is not your prison. It's your preparation. When you practice gratitude for the lessons you learned, even the painful ones, you turn your shame into seasoning. You do not need to pretend you were perfect. Be honest, be humble, and be thankful that you're still here to try again. I want you to picture your life as a book. Every morning is a fresh page. Yesterday's chapters are written, but they don't have to dictate the next one. The Lord gave you breath to keep writing. Maybe last year tore pages out of your heart. Maybe last week closed doors. But this morning, it's a blank page with your name on it. Believing that is not delusion, it's defiance against defeat. And gratitude is the ink that writes courage into that next page. Listen, faith and gratitude are partners. Gratitude without faith is just politeness. Faith without gratitude is entitlement. When you thank God for the small, you show faith that He will handle the big. When you trust Him with the little, you show you can be trusted with more. Give God credit for the tiny things that add up. Remember every small mercy. Keep a record. Call it your evidence list. When trouble comes, pull that list out and read the receipts of God's goodness. Your memory of mercy will outmatch your moment of pain. I want to encourage you about waiting. Waiting is not wasted when you're in a posture of gratitude. It becomes work. It becomes preparation. It becomes a quiet season where character is built. The seeds you sow while you wait, humility, discipline, patience, prayer, those seeds grow into fruit when the time is right. If you spend your waiting time complaining, you will miss the harvest. If you spend your waiting time grateful, you will show up ready when the doors open. Understand this: gratitude protects you. It shields you from bitterness and envy. Bitterness is a predator. It creeps in when you stare at what you lack. Gratitude flips your gaze to what you have. It restores your soul. It creates space for joy. It frees you from the prison of comparison. There is nothing more dangerous than an entitled heart. Gratitude keeps you teachable, humble, and safe to be around. People want to be near thankful people, not because they're perfect, but because thankfulness breeds peace. Now let me slow down and speak to your obedience. Gratitude isn't just words, it's behavior. If you say thank you and then waste the gift, that thanks is hollow. Steward what you have, use it well, work hard, love bigger, serve quietly, honor the little things. When you treat small moments like treasures, you prepare yourself for greater trust. God takes notice of the one who is faithful with little. He promotes the faithful. He elevates the humble steward. I need you to know, sometimes the blessing is the struggle. The refining does not feel like favor when you're in the fire, but favor often walks you through it. God builds strength in the furnace. He writes resilience into your marrow. Be grateful for the shaping even if it hurts. That doesn't mean romanticizing pain. It means seeing its purpose. Pain carves character. Gratitude keeps you from getting bitter about being carved. Before I close this part, hear me on this: gratitude isn't denial, it's honesty. You can be grateful and honest about your hurt. You can be thankful and still ask for help. Saying thank you doesn't mean you don't need change. It means you appreciate the present while you work for the future. Gratitude and ambition can sit together. Faith and hunger can coexist. Be thankful for the bread in your hand and still believe for the banquet ahead. So today, start a habit. Each morning, name 3 things, speak them, feel them, let them rearrange your heart. Make thank you your default. Let it be louder than your fear, brighter than your worry, deeper than your doubt. When the world tries to drown you in headlines and hurry, come back to the simple truth. You woke up. That breath is proof that heaven still has plans for you. Now go do the work. Walk with purpose. Love with intention. Serve without show. Keep your heart soft and your spirit alert. Use the day like it was handed to you on purpose, because it was. And remember, every moment, every person, every small mercy is a thread in the tapestry God is weaving through your life. Thanks.